Good afternoon YouTube and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be awesome because we're going to be getting creative, having a backyard session. I have some equipment here. The UK is still in lockdown because of this coronavirus, so I hope you're keeping healthy. I hope you're keeping safe. I'm going to be staying well within my limit riding in the garden because we don't want any injuries or trips to the hospital at the moment. It's important that if you're doing the same at home that you also stay safe and within your limit. Without further ado, let's set up the first piece of equipment and send it. We're going to call this the top of the roll and we're starting up by the house next to the garage. Roll along, drop into the little slope there, loads of speed. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're going to turn the level up instantly, get a bin involved and jump over that. Oh, easy. That was pretty easy. What we're going to do now is try and manual the top of the bin, so keep an eye on that rear tyre. I've just had an idea which would turn the level up from 5 to 100 really quickly, but I think that after the manual you could do a bar. The reason I want to progress the video this quickly is because I'm pretty excited, so yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to give that a go, see if we can get the bar spin after the manual. Oh my god, that was tight, but it worked. I think we went a bit too hard there, so what we're going to do now, turn it down a bit. We're going to remove the bin and just do some nice tricks, which might seem boring after that, but they're going to be in slow motion to keep it excited, so let's spin to that.
Somebody stop me, I'm out of control. I gave them my body, now they after my soul. In the city of angels, there is no love. The blood, the sweat, the sacrifice, I swear it's never enough. But no, I'm not afraid, so tell me why I keep running away. I hear the rumors, I know what they say, that I am angry and something with rage, that I am crazy, should be in a cage. But trust me, nothing can handle my rage. I am the only one who's really sane. That's why I wear the mask, to cover the pain.
This section was inspired by Blake Sampson's recent video that he done on GMBM, where he was riding his kicker in the garden, doing a few tricks in an even tighter space. So good work for that, Blake, and thank you for the inspiration. There's a few tricks that I missed out, which I'm going to do now: the 360 and the 180 bar spin. 180. That was tight to stop. The grass is really slidey when you're going backwards, and I nearly ended up in the shed. Let's up it a little bit and add a bar spin to the mix. Let's finish this little kicker trick session off with a 360. We've now moved up to this end of the garden. We've now moved up to this end of the garden and we're going to do the signature move on the patio. It's going to be the cardigan into the decade foot jam. Yeah, techie moves in a tight space, making it even. In fact, everything is made more techie when you're in tight spaces. We're lucky the garden's pretty big, but it still makes your tricks pretty difficult. The next one is a bit of a challenge, so let's set it up. Into the garage, one of those should be there. Got it. Yes. We need these 2 bottles for the next challenge. Place one of the bottles down on the ground there. Next one there. Okay, starting at this corner, we're gonna pop it up onto the front wheel. Oh man, this is gonna take a while. Let's try and do it speedy. All on the front wheel. Foot jam. I don't have a front brake on the dirt jumper, so my foot is wedged in the front wheel, but we're going good. Bit of an achy thigh, and we're almost back to complete the challenge without going through the window. We can make a little turn there and get back to exactly where we started. What a challenge. Let's do some trials action now. We've switched bikes to the e-bike now, the All Mountain 2.0, which is looking sick there in the sun. And this is my trials bike of choice. quite different to an actual trials bike. Obviously it's a lot heavier, but it works absolutely perfect. It's like a new style of riding, which I really enjoy. We've got these tables here to jump around on. The first thing that I'm going to demonstrate to you is a new method that I've found to get onto the tables with the e-bike. That's sick. That's so much fun on the e-bike to power up and use the features that the bike has, such as the motor and the extra weight, to help you do it. Basically what you do is ride at it, wheelie, but bump your front wheel into the edge of the wood, and then once your front wheel hits it, you do a little hop, and that kicks the motor, which then powers you up. It's a bit like on a moto trials bike. They use the clutch and the throttle to wab and shoot themselves up, but obviously this has nowhere near the power of one of those, but in a smaller scale it works. It's a technique I've worked out in this quarantine period, so pretty stoked, and stoked to share it with you guys as well. That works sick. Let's now make that gap slightly bigger, see if we can still clear it. I think that is far enough. It's a bike length, well, just under, but if I go too much further, that second table is going to flip and fall over for sure. But it's not the end, because there is a way we can make the gap bigger and continue to session it. I'll show you how. In the starting blocks for the balance beam then, but before we think about the beam, we must make it up easy. Front wheel perfectly in line. Okay, don't hesitate. Let's just go. Oh my god, it's so scary. Up onto the back wheel and finish. Okay, onto the pallet once again. Straight in for the balancing beam. Nice and slow. This time is slightly different because we have their muck off bottles down there, which I have to place my front wheel between. So let's get her up onto the back wheel. Let's get her up onto the back wheel. Look at that, for some precision. Stoked on that. Woo! Bottle challenge complete. We're going to switch the session up a little bit back to the jump bike, and the reason for that is because we have created, or I've created, the world's worst looking quarter pipe. Foot jam to fakie. That works sick, but I've got a little line now, a little tech line. 360 foot jam to begin, and then we're going to go up onto this wobbly table on the front wheel in a foot jam, do a 360, oh my god, I was close to the edge, and then I want to go back in backwards because I think it's a bit easier. Yeah, banger line. Okay, final banger of this video. What we're going to do is pull this table away a little bit, but it needs to be nice and sturdy. Then what we're going to do is copy a Matt Jones trick, but without the backflip. So I'm going to jump from here, land on my feet, run, then bomb drop off. He did it in his Red Bull video where he done a flip onto something so narrow, landed on his feet, then bombied in. So obviously I'm not going to do a backflip, and I've got a wider deck. It's way easier, but still a bit of inspiration. So let's get it. Unfortunately, that is all we've got time for today, but it's been an absolutely banging session. I've really enjoyed myself getting creative with the few obstacles that we do have, and just what you can do in a relatively small space is pretty amazing, and I'm really stoked. I need a bit of help from you guys. It'd be brilliant to get some feedback if you want to see another one of these videos and what things you'd like to see me doing. Call me some tricks in the comments, call me some features to build, some obstacles, put a bit of inspiration down there, and I'll get it made and get it filmed and get it out to you to keep you entertained. So give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, leave some comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.